Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over my favorite baits to use in the coldest time of year when your waters are extremely cold and it's deep of winter. These baits will perform great all the way into early pre-spawn. My favorite thing for finding fish this time of year is either a blade bait or a lipless. Um, and you use these both basically the same way. You throw them out there, let them sink to the bottom, and yo-yo them with about 4 to 5 second pauses, letting them get back to the bottom and ripping them up. This is the XPS Laser Blade Bait. They basically took the old Silver Buddy and made some improvements to it. This one's by Bass Pro Shop, and it's a couple dollars cheaper than some of the others. It's a great option, especially because you're going to be losing tons of blade baits. This is the 6 cent Slice. This one was my number one performing blade bait last year. I love this blade bait. It comes in great colors, works excellent. It's a little bit heavier of a weight, so it'll get down there quicker too. It's 5/8 of an ounce. They do make it in two other sizes, 3/4 and I believe like 1/2. The next one I'm going to talk about is the LV500 Max by Lucky Craft. This color is MS American Shad, and it is just a performer, especially because you're targeting fish that are already looking at shad. This is a great bait. I've caught tons of fish on it. Moving on, we're going to talk about flat size. This is the KJ Flat by Lucky Craft 1.5. It's a great performing flat side, works excellent. And this one I've been using for a very long time. It's the Rapala Shad Wrap. You fish it just like any other flat side. It has that real tight wobble that you're looking for this time of year. And this is just a great bait for targeting bass. Literally year round, it'll perform really good. With these, I do like a rip pause type cadence. Real pause. Real pause. Fish will eat it on the pause. You want to make long pauses this time of year, 2 to 5 seconds. Next thing I'm going to talk about is for targeting fish on the bottom. One of my go-tos this time of year is a football swing head jig or a biffle jig. This one right here is by Dave's Tournament Tackle. I had him put a Gamakatsu 4/0 Superline hook in there. That's one of my favorite hooks, especially for this application. You can get some real aggressive eats off bottom. One thing that's important about these is you want like a half to 3/4 of an ounce weight. You want that bottom contact. You want to be feeling it hit rocks. You want to stir up mud on the bottom. Bottom contact is super important for this. And I always run these with a Z-Crawl trailer, either the Z-Crawl Junior or the Z-Crawl full size. I'm sure there's other trailers out there you could use, but this has just performed really good for me in the past, and I stick with it. Once you've found fish, you can't really hardly beat a jerk bait. Right over here, I got the Lucky Craft Lightning Stacey. This is a great one for the super long pauses, and that's when they're going to eat it this time of year. You might want to make 5-second pauses, 2 to 5 seconds, minimum 2-second pauses. Another good choice is this 100DD. It's a slightly smaller size, and it'll get you down deep where the fish are a lot this time of year, hanging out deep. The next thing, this is still in that area of fishing fish that you've already found. A great way to target them if you've already found them is an underspin. And I really like a Kitech trailer on this. There's something special about their blend of plastic. It just keeps swimming really good, even in cold water. And right here's the Flashy Swimmer by Owner. This is my favorite underspin of all. There's two different types of underspins. It's the belly weighted and then like the jig head style. But this is my absolute favorite. Next thing is if you found them on your forward facing sonar, it is really hard to beat a jig head minnow. This right here is the Rollin' Strollin' jig by Queen's Tackle. It's kind of a standard, a gold standard in the industry, and I got it paired with a Juggle Minnow by 6 cents. If you can find those shad schools on your sonar, you just throw it down there, let it get all the way near the bottom, near where the bass are hanging out, and just jiggle right in the bass's face. Just really small little movements with just the tip of your rod, and they'll eat it. You can get some really aggressive hits with this thing. This will get the fish to eat when they won't eat hardly anything else. Next thing I want to talk about is targeting fish on structure where you know they might be. This time of year, a Ned rig is hard to beat. The smaller profile of it, it likes to sit straight up on the bottom like this, especially with this Finesse TRD trailer. It's a floating soft plastic. It's actually a Z-lastic. And you can catch 15, 20 fish on this, especially if you go ahead and super glue it to the head. It'll really last an extremely long time. Great bait to use in cold water, especially around like wood piles and stuff where you know they are on structure. I'm throwing in one more, kind of like a little surprise. It's a homemade fuzzy dice. I make mine at home because they are super expensive and I don't want to pay $3 each for these. I just take a 6-inch Senko and I cut it in little segments and take old jig material and thread it through there. I'm going to do a video about how to make this. My favorite way to throw this is on a weighted wacky head. So right here's the owner weedless weighted wacky head. But any weighted wacky jig should work just fine. A lot of people like throwing them on a drop shot, but this is how I throw them. And these lures will perform in the coldest water this time of year just fine.